Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 1 of DotaHero versus Alpha Red. And as a reminder, DotaHero is a Malaysian team and Alpha Red is a Philippine team. So this is not a Philippine, but a Thailand team. Almost lost my head there. And it's going to be a very intense SCEA matchup. We saw DotaHero perform earlier. They took a win over TP.NND and a very strong and solid win over that. They demonstrated very strong teamwork, very solid gameplay. And we're hoping to see more of that this game. I am your host, your commentator, your caster, your boy, Thunderstyle from Boomcast. Hope you enjoy my commentary, and let's get on to the draft here. We look at the bans here. Pretty standard stuff right now for the meta. DotaHero banning out the Sand King, Clockwork, and Lishrock. Meanwhile, Alpha Red's banning out Nyx, Night Stalker, and Undying, but Wisp wasn't banned out. So obviously, DotaHero didn't hesitate a single moment to pick out Io there, which is very weird. They banned out Night Stalker, but out of all heroes, banning out Undying. Undying is a very, I'd say, I want to say high risk, high reward hero, but he's like more like a high risk, high-ish reward hero. There is just too much you risk with him, but meanwhile with Io,
10 seconds
like, unless you completely throw the game, he's insane right now as a support.
5 seconds remaining.
Definitely one of the strongest, if not the strongest. I mean, in the last major, Io was literally banned in almost every game. In the first few games, Io got picked a few times and then banned every single time. Like they tried to see how Io would fare in the tournament, and every team instantly decided, no, this hero, this can't be let through. If the opposing team has first pick like DotaHero does right now, we have to ban Io. And same thing with Night Stalker, always picked or banned, but yeah, I'd say Io is still more dangerous. We see Gyrocopter coming out as well. And Alpha Red's side, meanwhile, has Skywrath Mage and Axe. Oh boy, it's getting hot in here.
Radiant team ban.
And bans coming out now. Visage on Alpha Red's side and Morphling on joinDOTA Hero side. I think Morphling is a very wise ban because it's one of the most dangerous heroes against Wisp because of the insane amount of burst that you have on Morphling. And if you can simply survive a bit as Io, back off and heal up your carry, you'll be doing God's work. You'll be
5 seconds remaining.
You'll be pushing your team to victory pretty easily. And it seems like a lot of chat wheel spam coming out now. They're taking their sweet time on DotaHero side. Going into reserve time here. They're thinking long and hard, like what would combine well with Axe and Skywrath Mage. Seems like Alpha Red is going for that early game push, heavy push, which is really nice. And they ban out Weaver because of it. I guess Weaver is a really good hero against Io. You have the Shukuchi into the Geminate attack, so would present a threat to Io. Not to mention the swarm chewing down the armor. Io already has really low armor, so any hero that can tear down more of it presents a huge threat.
5 seconds remaining.
I was thinking about Templar Assassin, but they don't really have to worry about Templar Assassin because of Gyro. They have enough removal for the refraction charges. And Bane gets picked up by Alpha Red. So it's going to be a Bane and a Skywrath, but they lack AoE control here. I wonder what they're going to pick as their off lane, like maybe Tide Hunter? They're gonna need something heavy, because Skywrath, if he manages to build Rod of Eros, he still only has 1 stun. If he manages to build it, if he doesn't lose all his gold. So that's situational. He might not have a stun for the entire game or anything. And then you have Bane. Nightmare and Fiend's Grip are both very good spells, but Bane is also very easy to kill, especially with a nuking carry like Gyrocopter. Maybe they could pick out Naga. With Naga you would have Net and Song, which is really powerful combined with Gyrocopter. You could also pick up Disruptor. Very good for screwing around with Skywrath Mage. Heck, you can even pick up Lion, but I think, yeah, it's going to be either Naga or Disruptor at this rate. Both of them are very powerful, but I'd say Naga has better synergy in general with Gyrocopter. Oh, they pick Warlock instead! So Warlock has a very situational stun. He has like a very small 1 second AoE stun, which evidently goes through magic immunity. It does have that, but it has a very high, extremely high cooldown. Fatal Bonds is very strong with Gyrocopter, don't get me wrong. Like, it's like doubles Gyrocopter's damage against the enemy team with Flak Cannon. It's insane. Especially if you get like a late Divine. It's gonna be really ridiculous, and you mustn't forget that Warlock now has a talent that actually buffs the Fatal Bonds damage, and it's a level 10 talent, so he gets it pretty early. So 5% in Fatal Bonds, if you multiply that by 4, 5, that's 25% extra damage to Gyro. If he gets a 5-man Fatal Bonds, that's pretty optimistic, getting a 5-man Fatal Bonds, but it can happen. It can easily happen, and you can blow up the enemy team. It's still too wombo combo-ish, and just like Alpha Red, they're lacking crowd control. I mean, Warlock is a good, very good support for the fact that he can heal. You can do very good dual lanes. You have Io, who can heal up Gyro, or you can actually have Io go into the off lane with someone. Same thing with Warlock. Very, very strong heroes that have sustain, that can support their respective their lane. Now Kunkka gets picked up Alphard. Oh, that's gonna be painful for Warlock. Oh, I can already see it now. Warlock dying 10 times to X marks the spot, and there will be no escaping that. Easy food for Kunkka, and it's kind of the same thing with Io. You just gotta time the torrent right, and basically you can destroy Io's escape path. Io can wait with Tether, but won't be able to get it off regardless. Kunkka has such a huge advantage in that, and DotaHero are now using the rest of their reserve time. They only have 30 seconds remaining anyway, so they'll have to be quick on their wits here, as they finally pick up Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight's so sick of actually seeing Dragon Knight, to be fair, because Dragon Knight has been picked almost every game as a mid hero. He's simply so strong right now in the meta, but it's a reasonable pickup for DotaHero. They need crowd control, and Dragon Knight gives them a very reliable point-and-click stun that has a long duration, and when he pops ultimate, also turns into a ranged stun. So they desperately needed that, and he also lanes pretty well against Kunkka. Usually actually outfarms Kunkka, which in a melee versus melee is actually hard to do, but he pulls it off. Not to mention both of them have gang potential. Kunkka has X marks the spot, Dragon Knight has Dragon Tail. Like, it's pretty easy for both of them to kill their lane opponent at level 4 or 5 if you have like a single support coming in. So in the case of Dragon Knight killing someone, I imagine they would need both Io and Warlock.
Radiant team pick.
I don't think they would have enough damage. Maybe with Warlock, Shadow Words, but that's doubtful. Now Lifestealer banned out on DotaHero side. I guess they're afraid of Lifestealer because of Gyro. And Dragon Knight simply go through the stun, go through the Rocket Barrage, eat the Io for breakfast. And Bat Rider, oh my god, I love this hero. Bat Rider from DotaHero. An instant Slark from Alpha. They didn't even hesitate, they didn't even think. Like, their game plan was set and match. Krasavchik! Oh god, the chat wheel spam. Gonna be terrific. Nice, and they banned. My bad on that, just checking stream quality for a moment. Oh boy. So it seems like Monster's gonna be on Gyro, Allison and Io. Oh, we saw some very good plays coming out from Monster, the previous matchup we cast. I don't know much about Alphared though. We've already seen DotaHero play. Alphared is sort of unknown to me, so I have no background on these players, sadly. We'll just have to wait and see how they fare. Oh my god, that helmet on Axe looks ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that I love it. He looks like a Digimon with it. Like clap clap to whoever came up with that idea. Okay. Get on the way to match here. Loading in. The game's already paused. So, Discord problems. Yeah, I get you, bro.
Красавчик! Oh, my lord! Красавчик! Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой! Бежать!
Seems like neither team. Oh wait, actually they're going for a smoke here. They have a two-man smoke ready. Wonder if they're gonna try to do something with it or just try to get a ward in. They managed. Oh, okay, it was to ward the bottom. They put down a ward in the enemy jungle. Good choice, my friend. Good choice. Seems like there's not going to be a level 1 initiation though. Skyref is in dangerous waters here. If he gets spotted out... Oh, instantly, ping's coming out the Skyref. He's gonna have to back off here. And Batrider is gonna be laning with Io. Very strong lane. It's Warlock with Gyrocopter. Warlock and Gyrocopter is an insane lane because you have the Rocket Barrage, you have the Flak Cannon, and you also have the Shadow Word to heal the Gyrocopter out without any problems. Same thing with Io and Batrider. It makes Batrider so fast. It makes Firefly that much stronger, and helps with the napalm. Just helps with running over the enemy team. Not to mention, if you run over someone with Io Tether, you slow them. So you slow them. You fly over them with Firefly. You may end up getting first blood with it. Pretty easily at that. Alright, we see Bane keeping bottom already. They observed the lane up matchups, and Slark versus Batrider is going to be quite interesting. It's a very strong hero versus Batrider, and it's almost as if they predicted the Batrider coming out in the draft, because it's perfect in this lane. Whenever Batrider gets too many stacks on you and tries to go on you, you have Bane to back you up with Nightmare, and if things get really sticky, you have Dark Pact to purge the napalm, which is insanely good, so I don't think Slark's gonna have a problem getting his farm in this lane. And Warlock taking a lot of damage here from Skyref Mage, but he does have Shadow Word to heal himself up, so he's gonna be just fine. He has a Tango as well. Not really much of a problem. But they already rotated out the lanes. Now it's going to be Io and Gyro in the bot lane. And Batrider, Warlock in the top lane. And already counter rotations coming out. Axe TPing bottom. Skyref going to regen in the base. And Slark going top. As soon as they rotated, they counter rotated on Alpha Red side. So very aggressive TPs from both sides. Very interesting start to the game so far. Mid lane, Kunkka's actually winning out on last hits versus Dragon Knight. This, albeit it's too early to say. He just got level 2 Fire Breath on Dragon Knight side, and he is harassing the Kunkka now. So he might possibly take the lead here. And Axe is dropping down rapid in the bot lane. Rocket from the Gyrocopter lands as well, and first blood goes to Monster. Very nice free-man aggression here coming out from Alphared's side. In DotaHero side, and Gyrocopter barely gets away. Like, Skywrath tried to finish him off, but we see the Shadow Words doing lots of work, saving Gyro. They don't really have to be fearful. And for now, it seems like they've left their Batrider solo in the top lane, which is gonna be extremely dangerous versus the Batrider. The Batrider is gonna have to be really careful to not die. He is very elusive though. Even if you have no napalm stacks, if he maxes out Firefly, that alone will deal so much damage to the Slark that Slark will most likely not want to give prolonged chase. Moment, just checking out the stream. Yeah, everything seems to be in working order. So Kunkka versus Dragon Knight is very peaceful right now. I'm still expecting some ganks early on. Like, there were some very aggressive rotations around. They will have to take down that Dragon Knight, because he will present such a big threat once he hits level 6. He doesn't have a stun yet. I wonder if he's going for stun level 5 or level 7. Meanwhile, bot lane, they finish off Axe again. And Axe is not having the best of lanes. It's not surprising. He's not even level 3 yet. There's not much you can do versus Gyrocopter. You have the speed buff from Io. Same thing with Gyrocopter. He can also run over Axe. Like, and he doesn't have to be afraid of him. Sure, you have the spin, but if you don't have creeps, which as soon as like Axe is without creeps, you just go over him with the Wisp and kill him with Rocket Barrage. No problem. And here, Dogbrain didn't actually go for Batrider. That's interesting. He had Nightmare on him, could have harassed him down to lower health. Simply, they let Batrider salve right back up. And in the mid lane, Fearless. Fearless is championing over Kunkka with 2 entire last hits, so it is pretty even as predicted. Slark is farming insanely well though, 29 last hits versus Batrider, he's doing extremely well. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter has 2 kills, so he's got that going on for him. If we look at the net worth, Gyrocopter is #1 right now. I also have to keep in mind, Gyrocopter is the fastest farmer in this game. Like, if he gets fat fast, it's really hard. It's almost impossible to stop him from farming at that point, unless Axe rushes a really fast blink, which he will have trouble doing in this game, considering how the situation is playing out right now. Oh, Zeal, what are you doing? He missed the fire breath on Fearless. I guess Fearless has bottle, so he's not really afraid of getting yanked. So yeah, Dragon Knight went for the classic 2-1-2-4 strats. Mid lane, Kunkka with the Torrent onto Zeal, now tower diving, in comes Skywrath Mage, Shadow Word heal, one basic, heals Zeal up enough, and the gank is not successful. They do give it a good shot, and it leaves the lane open for Axe to get some more XP and farm. But yeah, the Shadow Word from Warlock is insane. He can pop it one more time on Zeal, and Zeal will be just fine in lane. Yeah, and he popped Dragon Worm as well. I guess he wants to take the maximum amount of farm possible right now. And it seems like there's some sort of lag with the server. This is pretty interesting. Just to make sure this isn't on my end, top lane Slark getting initiated on simply pounces away without any issues. Beimao now chased under a tower with Firefly, but he can't purge the stack, so he's most likely gonna go down here. And now he goes, Slark tries to follow up, gets the Wisp. Can he also get the Batrider? Batrider TP's away. So it's a 1-for-1 support trade, very nice there. But Slark is still left behind, is free to farm. Meanwhile, Mid lane, it seems Fearless finally
Radiant's
takes
middle
down
tower
Zeal.
is under
Warlock
attack.
being busy,
for that.
can TP mid. It was still on cooldown. So I think Dragon Knight should have been a little more careful in that situation. Because last time as well, the only reason he survived last time was because of Warlock. And this is what I was talking about. They only need one support to kill Fearless. Well, they need two, to kill Dragon Knights. But they need two supports to kill Fearless and Kunkka. I don't think they have the DPS on Dragon Knight. Except maybe if he gets like an early start with Elder Dragon form and whittles his health down more. But Fearless seems to be playing it pretty safe right now. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's a diamond dragon.
And Dragon Knight gets a haste. This could be a good kill opportunity if they decided to gank Fearless. Fearless most likely going to be playing even more carefully. Or no, he's actually pretty brave. And Warlock isn't spotted out. If he were close enough, he'd have been fine. Top lane, Fama and Blist having a go at it on each other. And Batrider's doing much better than Axe right now. He's level 6, he's a whole level ahead. Albeit their net worth
Dire's
is pretty
middle
much
tower
the
is under
same.
attack.
I'd say Batrider's is way more useful. Wait, how does Axe have so much net worth? Is it something I'm missing here? Does he have something on the courier? No, it's the Quelling Blade and 3 mangoes, I guess.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And now in mid lane, Gyrocopter going with the rocket onto Fama. Fama goes down. Bane is dead, and now Skywrath very low. Can he try to get him here? No, it's a 1-for-1 trade, but they trade a support for mid laner. So Io coming in with the counter ganks with Gyrocopter. They mitigate some damage to their finances, but sadly Skywrath gets away scot-free. Okay, Axe has Vanguard. That's very useful for farming, but not very
Radiant's
useful for
bottom
fighting
tower
right
is
now.
under
So he'll
attack.
have to rush his blink next. I wonder if he actually skipped boots. And now they're going to Monster. But he comes in with the Rocket Barrage with the stuns, and now they're chasing Axe. They could go for more here. But they are afraid of Shrine and T1 TP, so they decide to back off. I'd argue that they could have gone for it aggressively. They could have gone for it aggressively and taken everything. There is a nice fat stack here for Axe though. What is that, a 3 stack? A 4 stack, that's a 4 stack. Quadruple. And now top lane, Kunkka with the boats. X marks the spot. It's gonna land on Blessed, and Blessed gonna go down here. Stark getting the kill, and Dog Brain probably feeling very happy right now. He's got 70 last hits, he's got a kill as well. He's number 1 in net worth, 5.2k. He's well on his way to Shadowblade now, only needs 800 more gold. Kunkka now going on to Zeal as well. And he lands the torrent. Bane is still there, pops to sleep, and in comes Warlock with the Fatal Bombs and the Golem instantly! Fama goes down, now they're chasing down Kunkka, and I don't think Kunkka is going to be able to escape here. Gets rocketed, gets tail stunned as well. Down he goes, and this could be tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, bot lane, Axe comes in with the Culling Blade onto Alice, and as soon as they TP back, very nice use of the enemy creeps there. Now, he gets taken down by Gyrocopter with the Rocket Barrage, and Skywrath is chasing down the... He puts down the Mystic Flyer, gets in the Mystic Bolt as well, and takes down Gyrocopter with ease. Pings coming out from his teammates, like, well done.
Radiant's top
Wow,
tower
both teams are on equal ground at all times. Slark is farming away like a madman, and they've taken a tier 1 tower. Though I guess you could argue that the mid tier 1 is slightly more important, if for no other reason than due to the existences of these shrines. Like, they pretty much act as teleport locations after all. What is that in the background? That's a lawnmower, never mind. Now Fama with the Phoenix Grip and the Mystic Flare from Lion Axe. A smooth 3-man gang coming out there. Alpha Red takes the kill, and now they want the tier 1 tower as well. They want the mid lane control. Can they get it? Will they give it to them?
Radiant structures.
Seems like they will. They will take the tier 1 tower
Dire's top
and
tower
not
is
even
under attack.
attempt to defend the middle one. They actually pop out drums on the gyros. I'm not sure why. Is it really
Radiant's
worth it?
middle
I guess they don't
tower
want
is
an
under
axe
attack.
suddenly popping in and beating them to it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You have to remember that they changed it so if a tower gets denied, you get no gold now, which is pretty insane. And Axe is very close to his blink. They don't have a strong estimate on Axe's network right now. I think that's the issue. Batrider, on the other hand, he went for Boots of Travel beforehand, which is a wise choice, I guess. Gives him more farming potential, gives him more map control with TPs to creeps. Meanwhile, mid lane with the Mystic Flare onto Zeal here. Another initiation going on. Very beautiful call down from Gyrocopter, forcing back Alpha Red to their jungle. But the rocket will land on Fei-Mao. He doesn't have Nightmare, so he will go down in the end. It's another 1-for-1 trade, but again, they trade Bane for Dragon Knight. So definitely not worth it for DotaHero. And while they seem to have the early upper hand, it seems to be getting thrown away right now. Dragon Knight goes down so quickly. Like, he's a very tanky hero.
Dire's middle tower is
But
under attack.
the fact that they have Mystic Flare completely makes up for it. And Skyroth actually has Veil of Discord.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Veil of Discord this early on an offlane Skyroth when he wasn't even the one farming. That's gonna be huge for team fights. And Slark here might actually end up regretting escaping here, as Kunkka is now trying to go in on the
Radiant's bottom tower is
Gyrocopter,
under
but boat is
attack.
not available. Still on cooldown for a couple seconds. He does have it now. Monster also has cooldown, so there is that. Yeah, the armlets and I think the Veil of Discord is gonna be insane if they land like a good boat. Oh boy, they're preparing. Now they're going with the Axe Call and the Mystic Flare onto Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter goes down. The boat doesn't even get there. He's dead before his time. And Berserker's Call is almost up. They're gonna chase down Zeal as well. He does put the stun on Solo Tick, tries to run away, pops the wand, but no TP's coming in. No one left to save him here. And he's gonna go down. So 3 kills for Alpha Red. They're completely dominating now in the mid game, and if they don't do something soon about this on DotaHero's side, they're gonna be in big trouble. Gyrocopter is gonna fall off. Like I said, Gyrocopter is really hard to stop farming unless he keeps dying over and over. If like they take complete control, and that's what we see happening right now. But if Gyrocopter managed to get his BKB before the next big team fight, before the next big initiation, they could probably win it. Even with Slark being so darn tanky. And Slark almost has his Echo Saber as well. It's gonna give him another slow, more crowd control, obviously more DPS, and now Batrider with the lasso onto the Slark, and the Slark gets annihilated pretty much by the Wisp Spirits alongside the Slark. I mean, alongside the Rocket
Radiant's
Barrage.
bottom tower is under attack.
Zeal and basics. Also smoking up, but DK doesn't have Blink yet, so he's not very fast to initiate on anything. He's fallen behind on net worth. He's gotten ganked so much. His farming was shut down pretty heavily.
Dire's
So
top
he's
tower
not doing
is
well.
under
Well,
attack.
I mean, Skywrath Mage is
Radiant's
catching
middle
up to him
tower
at this
is under
point.
attack.
And they spot out Basic just as he goes uphill. And the stun from Zeal comes out to the Axe. Fatal Bonds as well. Beautiful Golem from the Warlock. And Monster with the call down and the Flag Cannon. They don't take that anyone yet. Seems like Zeal goes down to the magic damage at the end. They take down Bane. Is it another 1-for-1 Bane versus DK trade? Yes, it is. I swear to God, what is going on? Like, they keep trading Dragon Knight for a Bane, but Bane is supposed to die. He is that support who dies throughout the entire game, but Dragon Knight's supposed to be the tanky guy who doesn't die almost at all, like that carries the team fights. But right now, Gyrocopter is about to become tankier than Dragon Knight, which is very sad for DotaHero. I mean, it's good for Gyro. Gyro's farming nicely, but Dragon Knight should be doing much better right now. And it might cost him the game if that doesn't change. And he's getting ganked again in the bot lane. Both lands on him. They don't have Fiend's Grip though. They do have Nightmare. And there comes Skywrath with his Veil of Discord. He doesn't have Mystic Flare. 2 seconds. It will come off a cooldown soon. But he won't use it. Blindy Batrider with the lasso now. Gonna take down Fei Mao. And now they're going for Fearless as well. Beautiful counter initiation. Axe misses the Berserker's Call. Or does he? Mystic Flare comes out. Allison almost dead. Gets Battle Hunger. No, they're gonna chase down Axe. And Monster gets the kill. Axe's kill streak is gone, and Flak Cannon from the Gyrocopter takes down Skywrath as well. Very nice torrent there from the Kunkka, and Slark now chasing down the monster, gets him with the Dark Pact, pounces away into the forest. The rocket is chasing him, but he's probably gonna get away. Same thing with Fearless here. The creeps are actually hitting him. He's gonna bowl himself back up in base, and gonna get back to farming with almost full health, and the Invis is going to guarantee that he gets that full health. Gonna pop it instantly alongside with the bubble charge, and seems like there's going to be another initiation bot lane here. Kunkka already has the next boat, so Basic in trouble if they don't even get Zeal. So Dogbrain is right next to him. X marks the spot onto the Zeal. DK, is he gonna go down again? And Slog is gonna help him. Shadow Word is not gonna be enough in this case. Zeal goes down, even with the slow coming out from Warlock. It's only level 1, it doesn't help quite enough. Quite a sad turn of events there for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Now Dogbrain going on to Blessed. Batrider goes down in an instant here. Not spotting out the Shadow Blade. They don't have vision in their own jungle. They do have vision here, but it's not enough. They need vision around their shrine. Be able to at least TP in safely. Like Batrider was doing pretty well. He's almost got his 4 staff besides his blink. But the Slok is just huge right now. And probably gonna build BKB as well. I think that's the most reasonable thing to do, considering the enemy lineup, especially with the Dragon Knight, with the Gyrocopter, with the cooldown and everything. He does have enough damage from what it seems, and now he's gonna try to catch Basic. Can he get him? No. Basic TP's way, spotted slightly too late there, and now Solo Tick taking down the Ancient stack. It was a 2 stack, so nothing really important, but still, being able to farm the enemy Ancients at a time like this just shows how much map control Alpha Red have taken from DotaHero. Well, they're gonna try to do a 3-man gank here. They're trying to sneak. They're trying to do something. Is there gonna be a confrontation? Anyone have a smoke? Boy? Oh, Scarif Mage is slowly reaching level 2 Mystic Flare though. That's gonna be such a huge mana cost. Wonder if he's even gonna take it. It's so expensive. I guess you need to take it, the cooldown reduction and the extra damage. It's just too good to pass on. And out Batrider with the blink. He doesn't have 4 staff, might not need it. Fearless getting caught out here. Puts down the boat. He will survive for a while. Warlock Golem is popped out as well. Fearless finally goes down, and now Gyrocopter pops the BKB with the Rocket Barrage, fighting down Dogbrain, but Dogbrain gives the chase. He actually lands the pounce on Io instead, and they take Io thanks to that. Io dies very quickly to Slog. You have to remember, Slog is now level 17. He's insanely out-leveled everyone on the enemy team. Like, the highest is Gyrocopter right now, tied with Batrider for level 14. Then you have Slog on level 17. And he's got 2k net worth as well on Gyro. So he's doing extremely well for himself. It seems like he went for Silver Edge instead. Good for his disabling passive. Now going on to the Batrider, and Batrider's not going to be able to escape this. Damage from Slok is too insane. And he did have damage from the last fight as well, which helped him greatly in this one. Something I am surprised by though, that He actually didn't go for a lifesteal. I guess they're trying to finish this game out very quickly, and they decided that the attack speed is much more important, which I really like actually. Lifesteal is really strong, but you need to be able to take down the Wisp as soon as possible. Because if you don't take down Wisp, your lifesteal is not gonna matter, and Gyrocopter is gonna wreck you. Now slow coming out from the Warlock. Dogbrain does pop his ult, and it's gonna give him so much regen. Seems like Bane. Wait, they don't go on Bane. I thought Bane was going to be a sacrifice here, but they don't even give a chase. That was weird. They had 4 heroes on their side. Dragon Knight, I guess, didn't have his ultimate up. That's why they didn't try to go for it. But still. Also, something I'm surprised by, seems like Zeal built a Hood of Defiance instead of finishing up his Blink. They're gonna be pushing bottom. Excuse me, as I just say I become a bit too nasal here. And I am back. I really feel bad for Zeal. He's like number 4 right now in terms of net worth. On his team he's number 3 obviously, but he has the net worth of a number 4 support. Pretty bad for him. Kunkka now is simply farming away, stealing so much damage with the armament to the tower, taking it down without a problem. Wonder when he's gonna get Blink, if ever, because Blink is incredibly useful with X marks the spot, but they might not need it. Skywrath Mage didn't build a Rod of Ados? Now that's the weird part to me. They actually built Kaya, and while I agree that more damage for finishing off your enemies usually is better, in this case I'd more advocate for Rod of Ados for the fact alone that Skywrath Mage is very squishy. It will give him a lot of health and a lot of control over heroes like Warlocks. Rod of Ados has huge cast range, and now Axe with the call down and the Mystic Flare, instant kill on basic. Eel's coming out from Batrider though. He went for it instead of Force Staff. They didn't go for Axe for some reason. They could have easily taken him down there. At least they cancelled this TP with the rocket. And Wisp barely gets away with the Glimmer Cape top lane. He's also advocating for Gem on his team. Gonna get it after Ghost Scepter. I guess Ghost Scepter is gonna be important. The thing with Ghost Scepter is you block out Slark from killing you, which is the biggest threat to him, but then you have so much magic damage coming out from the Veil of Discord and the Scepter buff. You have to remember that the Scepter boosts the damage you take 40% more vulnerable. Then you stack the Veil of Discord on top. That decreases your magic resistance. Oh boy. Yeah, they also changed the Veil of Discord. It's actually better now. They buffed it. Like, it used to increase the damage by 25%, but now it reduces the magic resistance by 25%. So you actually take 100% of the magic damage. And with Scepter you would take 140. And now with the stun, Zeal popping in with the blink, he finally got it assembled at least, and there's not going to be any escape for Lionax. This is why you need a Rod of Ados, to keep the enemy in check.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The Kaya, slightly fishy to me. Doesn't even, it's like the spell amp is not worth it. Now Warlock pops his golem onto Fearless. The boat will keep him alive just a little bit longer, but it won't be enough. They will get him. Bane with the Fiend's Grip onto Monster. Rocket cancels it out. Meanwhile, Slark takes down the Batrider alongside Axe. Axe gets caught as well, and DotaHero are taking control of this game again. 3 down on Alpha's side, and they're gonna be pushing tier 3 here. They're gonna have to buy back, but only Axe has buyback available. So whatever happens, it's going to be a 4v4 situation at the very least, and Zeal has the upper hand as long as Dragon Knight has Dragon Form. It is about to run out now, and then Dogbrain goes on to Wisp. Can he catch him in time? Pops the BKB as well. Wisp tries to TP away, but goes down in the very end. It's a sad fate for Wisp right now, and now Dogbrain getting getting basic as well. Like basic throwing out is slow, trying to at least save Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter does get hit by the slow from Skywrath Mage though, and Dogbrain doesn't miss the chance, catches up to him, and they get 3 kills. So it seems like DotaHero overstayed their welcome just a teeny tiny bit there. Should have gone back maybe a little bit sooner. And there's 10 health. There's 10 health remaining on that tower. They should just deny it. They should just deny it. That's gonna be a huge gold loss for DotaHero after all, and that 10 health tower isn't gonna do much. Even with Fortify. They are gonna get the first Roshan of the game though. I guess it's the best time to take it. It's something DotaHero should have considered, but the problem on DotaHero's side is they have Gyrocopter. Well, Gyrocopter is a strong teamfight hero. He's not very strong in single target DPS. He's not very good at slaying Roshan. Meanwhile, they have absolutely no problem with that on Alpha's side. You have Kunkka with the crits, with the armlet. And then you have Slok with the Echo Saber with the Silver Edge. Now finally built his BKB as well, and we saw him use it in the previous fight. This is gonna follow up soon with the Eye of Skadi, and that's gonna elevate him to godlike status, I believe. He's already 12-1 with even 2 assists to his name. He's doing insanely well. He's 4k ahead of Gyrocopter right now. They will try to find him out. They know Slark is nearby. They saw him with the Sentry Ward and the Observer Ward. You know what happened bot lane? Dragon Knight dying again to Kunkka. Dragon Knight has 8 deaths. 8. This is not his game. Like, I have expected more from DotaHero on this side. This game, like, they really shut that Dragon Knight down. He's pretty useless. He doesn't have any damage to his name. Well, I guess you're never useless as Dragon Knight, especially once you hit level 18, get that Frost Breath in. But like, he just doesn't have the damage you're supposed to have as a mid laner. He's more like an off lane status right now, and the actual mid laner being Batrider. No, I don't think that cuts it either. Even Batrider's not strong enough. And I love how they're buying Ghost Scepters, but then you have Skywrath on enemy team with the Kaya coming in with 120 damage Arcane Bolts right now, but they're gonna pop up to 143 soon. I still don't think the Kaya was worth it. I really don't. I mean, it's not a cheap item. If it were a cheap item, it'd be fine.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
If we look at Rod of Ados is 2.9k, right? And Kaya is 1.9k. But Rod of Ados is like a 3 times more useful item. They're still winning regardless though, so props to them. Meanwhile, Solotic with the Blade Mail gonna farm top lane. He's also building towards the BKB. Now initiation going on in bot lane here. They're gonna go on to basic with Dogbrain. No surprise there. Basic goes down quickly, but Gyrocopter is dead as well, and Wisp is gonna be TP'd back. It's another 3-man pickup here for Alpha Red. They're absolutely dominating this match. They're 17,000 gold ahead. What the hell? I just noticed. We look at the net graph. Jesus.
So safe harbor, eh?
They are actually 18,000, 17,500 XP ahead, and 17k gold ahead as well. That is a very troublesome situation for DotaHero, and I don't think they're gonna come back from this. The Slok just finished his Eye of Skadi. Now with the Aegis, gonna go to the Batrider. He is possibly going to go down with magic damage, but no. The Brief Fire simply doesn't do enough. He heals himself back up with the ultimate, pops the BKB, even though Aegis hasn't been popped yet, and now he's going back. He's expecting another initiation. He's gonna try to heal himself back up, and Lasso onto the Kunkka now. Gyrocopter comes in with the flag cannon. They get a double. Can they get a triple here? They get the Slog. Down goes his Aegis. They get Leona. It's free. Feymon stays back, but Batrider catches him with the Firefly. They do a 5-man team wipe. Beautiful execution. Beautiful rack save from DotaHero there, and a 5k gold trade. A 5k gold trade in favor of DotaHero. It's what they desperately needed. And sure, they bought back. Io bought back. Batrider bought back. But it was more than worth it. Like, they won the fight, so they got back a lot of the gold during it. And Batrider now building towards BKB. They can actually try to push tier 3. They only have 2 buybacks, so they might get a they might get a melee Rex here.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Kunkka will have to immediately buy back. They're not even going to try. And they have to have noticed this on DotaHero's side. So they're possibly gonna go for shrines as well. Normally it's not really safe to go for shrines, because you might have enemies coming in, TPing in. But since obviously they can't buy back on Alpha Red side, I'd argue that would have been the best time to take it.
Dire's bottom
And
tower
instead
is
they're
under
gonna settle
attack.
for a tier 1 tower.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. I'm not sure if they would have had enough time to actually take down the shrine, but it would have been worth a shot. Because they're gonna get that tier 1 tower sooner or later anyway. And if you don't get down the shrine, it doesn't even matter. So I'd say more bravery to DotaHero. I guess they're being cautious because of last time. Last time they overstayed their welcome. They almost lost the game because of it. Like, they were losing the game due to that bot push, and it seemed like there was no stopping Alpha Red, but then Slok popped his BKB before he popped Aegis, and he couldn't join back into the fight. He didn't have health, and it pretty much cost them. Like, Slark's hurrying cost him the fight. And I said he built up Scotty, but he actually went for Moon Shard. I can understand it gives him mad amounts of attack speed, so he can build up his agility stacks. He can get more and more DPS, but he's slowly becoming squishy. Once his BKB is done, it is still on 8 seconds, but once it's done, he's gonna be pretty easy to kill on. Now, 5-man smoke coming out from DotaHero. They're gonna be looking for revenge, and then a butterfly, beautiful butterfly on Gyrocopter. Just what he needs against Slok. Slok's nowhere near to building his MKV yet. And they don't have a Solar Crest either to help out with it.
Back to Paul.
Radiant are scanning.
And now Batrider with the last song to Kunkka here, being Mystic Flared, heals himself up, tries to save him, gets himself on Warlock with the rock, coming in, gets a 2-man stun, Solotic dropping low, Zeal coming in with the BKB, and Frost Breath gonna annihilate the Axe, and now Axe buys back into the game. Slog is ready to reinitiate. Bane with the Fiend Script tries to finish off the IO and the Mystic Flare. Can it finish off the IO? The IO goes down to Skywrath. The Deeps coming out. The Veil of Discord is simply too much, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. Pretty equal trades. At this point, IO is just as important as Axe, if not more important, but Axe bought back. So they do have that on DotaHero's side. They took quite a bit of goals, they took that kill, they went back. If they hadn't lost IO though, that would have been so splendid for them. That would have been like another game-changing moment for them. IO just gives so much power to Gyrocopter, that's the biggest deal about him. Dog Brain punching out the Ancients. They're going down so fast that attack speed is insane. Wonder is going to eat the Moon Shard though. Or trade in Aquila for... he's probably going to eat the Moon Shard. It makes more sense. Because it gives 140 attack speed now, you can consume it for bonus night vision, which is pretty darn insane buff to Moon Shard, actually. Like the attack speed buff to 140, like it's by far the best attack speed item in the game now. Better than Mask of Madness in late game by far. And now Slok with the Shadow Blade gonna catch out the Warlock. Warlock gonna go down. He doesn't have Chaotic Offering available. No, he gets saved by the Glimmer Cape now. Beautiful Skywrath, Mystic Flare coming out. They take down the Jarkopter before even BKBs. He's gonna TP back. He BKBs beforehand the fight even. And now, it seems like Solotic is going to be dropping low. Seal with the Frost Breath, going to take him down. Slog also low on health. Fire Breath coming out from the DK. Slug being chased down by the Gyro. Can they get him here? Rocket is chasing him. Batrider as well. Axe is down. Slock is down. He does have buyback, but it's a pretty bad situation for them. That means they can get the shrine and maybe even try for a top lane Rax here. Axe doesn't have buyback, so it's gonna be a 5v4 fight. They will have to be careful though, because if Gyrocopter drops down this time, it'll be GD for them most likely. But Dragon Knight so strongly back in the game. The damage talents, the gold per minute, like giving him the BKB and the damage talent. Like he did enough damage to kill off Axe, which was surprisingly. But now the Mystic Flare with the bow onto Gyro. Gyro's dead for 103 seconds. They know he doesn't have buyback. If they get Dragon Knight as well. But IO TP's Dragon Knight away at the last second. He's gonna be sacrificing himself, but that's gonna be so worth it.
Under attack.
Oh, he gets eaten alive by an enemy team. I was pretty high in level. He's the same as Gyrocopter, which is unsurprising since they're always together. But still, he's level 22. He's oh god. Attack tethered allies target, that level 25 talent. Also the relocate cooldown talent is pretty insane. 30 seconds. It's like it's one of the ultimate rat talents in the game. What I am surprised though is that IO decided to go for gold per minute instead of health regen. Because technically the health regen would give 30 health per second to Gyrocopter if IO were to get hit. I so wish he went for it, but I guess they thought they would need the gold. And this Roshan, not gonna give a refresher shard yet, but is gonna give cheese. So I wonder if Slug's gonna take both of them. He does take the Aegis, he does take the cheese. And that's gonna be one fat Slark to contest. He does ping out the enemy ancients now. And seems like they want to initiate here. Slark's being very aggressive. He's like pinging out to his team like, yeah, we need to go right now. Gyrocopter is still down. We need to get them. We need to get the pain in while we can. He's trying to find a solo kill right now. He's pretty safe. Got BKB, so he can escape pretty easily. It still has 7 seconds on it as well. What surprises me about the last fight there was when Gyrocopter bought back. When he TP'd in, he actually popped BKB. Like before TPing, he would TP to his shrine. And pop BKB, like I'm not sure if he thought he had travels or something, like what he was doing over there. So that was a really weird moment to me. Like when he joined the fight, I guess the enemy didn't know that he didn't have BKB anymore, but it was still pretty hilarious. Yeah, this is dragging out to be a pretty long game. This is a pretty even matchup so far. They do have the Rax advantage on DH, and that means they're never gonna have a problem in the mid lane. But arguably any other lane would be better, because it's so much harder to push back longer lanes. Like the mid lane, you've always got access to the mid lane from both sides very quickly. Not to mention it's very short, so it's easy to push back. Now Slark going on to Batrider, and Batrider instantly pops BKB. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Eels. But I guess they're expecting the enemy team. They're gonna TP everyone away. They're fleeing. They're fleeing in the numbers, and the smoke is gonna go to waste on Alpha Red side. Just gonna force out a TP rotation from DH. Hey Mo, what are you doing? Searching for kills, I guess. Fearless. Oh, how Axe hasn't progressed any items for a long time now. He does have the recipe for a Black King bar at least, but he still needs one more item as far as I'm aware. No, he actually has it. He has BKB. That's gonna be very useful against Gyrocopter's cooldown, Gyrocopter's magic damage, and fire breath, as well as I guess the IO spirits. But if I look at fatal bonds, no, it doesn't pierce spell immunity. So I think the fatal bonds is gonna be the most important part for the BKB.
Dire's bottom
It's gonna be a
tower is
huge
under
difference
attack.
for them.
Met you once, cut you twice.
I'm still like Omega Lul at this tier 2 tower. How is that thing still standing? How have they not taken it down on DH's side? They've been so busy like trying to get back into the game. They're still ahead in gold, by the way. That is what's the most surprising to me. They're still somehow ahead in XP and gold on Alpha Earth side because they keep controlling the map so heavily, and DotaHero is like really careful not to get caught a single time because they know if they get caught right now, most likely gonna be thrown. And if we look at the buyback statuses of both teams, oh my god, I cannot keyboard right now. And Slog has no buyback, it's on cooldown, so if they kill him, it's a very easy push for DotaHero, and they know that. It's on cooldown, they know that, but the same reason for Gyrocopter. 130, they have Aegis on Slog. This is their chance, they should be pushing. If they can focus down the Gyrocopter right now, they can win it, but the time is passing, and I guess you do have Io. You have Io coming in with the Tether, with the relocate, so it's gonna be pretty easy for them to counter. I do think Io's most likely gonna go for the relocate cooldown though, because as useful as attack tethered allies target seems, Io has no attack damage. It's not gonna be really that useful. Unless he gets like a Maelstrom or Mjolnir or something. And I for some reason don't think that's going to happen. And Io got an E on this.
I know I can trust you guys.
Oh boy. That item is insane versus Slark. Slark is all about bursting Io down fast. Even though it's auto attack, he's still like more of a burst hero with Dark Pact. And the Echo Saber. That's gonna be a huge boon to Io, gonna keep him alive long enough in every fight pretty much. And Relocate has a 2-second cast delay. So the Aeon Disc buff, where'd it go? Excuse me? Oh, Gyrocopter bought it. Wait, what? What face?
Dire's bottom tower is
Oh,
under
okay,
attack.
now I get it. So it got put on Io by a monster. Now BKB coming out from Batrider. Gonna try the lasso solo tick here. He also pops BKB. It is a 10-second BKB though. It's gonna last a long time. He pops Blade Mail slightly too early in my opinion. Gonna get caught out by Zeal. And are they gonna simply sacrifice him? Are they gonna counter here? Bow coming up from Fearless. Can they finish off solo tick? He goes down. Gem is down. Available for the taking now. Fiend's Grip to Dragon Knight. And he can't pop the BKB. He needs to buy back here if they want to salvage this fight. But Gyrocopter is down without buyback. Now they're gonna take down Basic as well. So free down here for DotaHero, and the fact that they spent so much time taking down an Axe. They paid a heavy-handed price for that. And Axe didn't even prop his Blade Mail early. I mean, Blade Mail properly, I'd argue. Like, he mistimed it. He popped it during BKB. I guess it stopped Gyro from attacking him for a while.
Radiant structures
They do pop the glyph, but without Gyrocopter to defend, can they really do anything about this? They do have Dragon Knight's BKB, but it doesn't have Dragon Form. So it's a really big letdown for them. They do have Flaming Lasso up though, so if they can get a Flaming Lasso up on Skywrath at least or something, get like a easy kill there, would be nice. Now the boat lands onto Basic here. Slark instantly pounces and doesn't get the leash, and Ghost Scepter popped by Basic, and they're gonna run down. They're gonna equalize the game. Mid-racks on both sides taken down, so the mid lane is gonna be even more equal now. But they maintain their 15,000 gold net lead. Slark has 26k. He has 15 kills and 3 assists. Gyrocopter has been doing better. He has 13 kills and 13 assists, but he has 8 deaths. And then you have Dragon Knight. 1 kill, 9 deaths, and 13 assists. I mean, Io is doing much better than the DK. He's even higher level than the DK. And the fact that DK didn't get BKB in the last fight, like they saw Slark, I think. I'm not sure, they might have not spotted him out, but They saw Kunkka casting his spells and both. He should have BKB'd right at that moment. I mean, he does have an 8-second BKB ready, so that would have been more than enough for them to save the fight. But the fact that he got Fiend's Grip without it and died, I think that's what lost him the fight in general. Gyrocopter with the E on this. The E on this, I'm not sure if it's worth it over Satanic. And now Gyrocopter goes in. Bat Rider onto Fearless with the lasso, gets it in. Refresher being popped. Another lasso by Bat Rider again, keeping Fearless in still, but they don't deal damage. He gets into BKB and Io, Dragon Knight, both are down. Io does have buyback, but will he use it? Will he use it to save Gyrocopter here? Because Gyrocopter, if he dies, which he won't, he wouldn't have buyback. He gets away safely at the end. So Io gets to buyback if he needs to, but they didn't get anyone on Fearless's side. The boat saving Fearless so hard. He has Lincoln's, he has 4,000 health. He has 4k health without armlet. That's insane. And when he does pop armlet, he has 4.6k health, and now Gyrocopter gets caught farming in the Ancients. Gets destroyed and he doesn't have buyback. Now they're gonna have to test this out on Alpha Red's side. If they find out that Gyro has no buyback, they don't need to take any rags. They can simply take Throne. There's not gonna be any stopping them. They're just so fat. Without Gyro, they don't have enough damage to stop them on DotaHero side. Even with Warlock ulti, even with Fatal Ones, like they all have BKBs. Okay, except maybe for Vayne. Slark has BKB, Axe has BKB, Kunkka has BKB. Okay, Skywrath Mage does not have a BKB. He doesn't have a Rod of Arrows yet. That's the surprising part to me. Lincoln's is very good. Like, props to that. Force Staff as well. But that Kaya still slowly triggers me. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top
I guess he has
barracks are under
heavy
attack.
issues with mana, and Kaya really helps with that. You have a 2.5k life pool. It's the same logic as Slog taking life steal, which he didn't do, by the way. He knew he needed maximum DPS, maximum attack speed, so he went for the attack speed talent and the pounce control over dark pack damage.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom
So they're gonna
tower has
easily
fallen.
take mega creeps here on Alpha Red's side, and
Radiant's bottom barracks
I don't know
is
how
fallen.
they're going
The
to come
Dire
back from
now
this
have
on
mega
DotaHero
creeps.
side. I think game 1 is gonna go towards Alpha Red now. This back and forth probably is going to end during the next team fight, if not sooner, if they simply push the throne.
Oh, that's
Invisibility.
nice.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
And Gyrocopter puts down rockets, sends a warm hug to Slog. Slog actually decided to skip the Scotty. I think it's a wise choice. If you go in for that much attack speeds, like go full tank, go deep for the Abyssal Blade route, which he did do. Feels pretty good, man. Also, I love that Abyssal Blade retains the damage block. It's pretty good against Gyrocopter now. Bat Rider with the leash. Refresher still on cooldown for a couple seconds. Beautiful rock dropped down by the Warlock alongside the Fatal Bonds, but the Fatal Bonds gets cancelled out. Mystic Flare now from Lion Axe. Bat Rider's down, so is Gyro, so is Io, so is Dragon Knight, and GG gets called out. Game 1 goes towards Alpha Gaming, but it was to be expected. They were so far ahead, and the E on this, as useful as an item, it would be on a support. On a Gyrocopter, in this matchup particularly, not going to cut it, because Gyro needed damage, because Dragon Knight obviously wasn't going to do it alone. He couldn't. Not with the Kunkka having 4.5 thousand health and the boat. Like, effectively, Kunkka could have like 9,000 health tankiness in a fight with the armlet due to the boat, like mitigating 50% damage until the end of its duration. So during a fight and not fighting, trying to down a 9k health Kunkka, oh boy, that's like a raid boss pretty much. That's literally what Kunkka was in this game. He was the raid boss. Then you had like Dogbrain was like the one annoying ad that you can't pick up, that comes and annihilates your entire team. It was pretty hilarious. So we're gonna be going into game 2 soon. And so don't miss a beat. There's gonna be a couple minutes of break. Yeah, we will be right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Now in game 2 of Alpha Red versus DotaHero. And joinDOTA Division 2.1. Thank you for joining us, and thank you joinDOTA Red for the host. Now, game 1, if you
10
just
seconds
happened to
remaining.
miss it, was won by
Radiant
Alpha
team
Red.
ban.
It was a very tight struggle. The game took longer than usual, went way past late game, was going into the end game pretty much. But DotaHero lost a couple fights too many later on. They had too much of a gold and XP advantage on Alpha Red's side, and after they took Mega Creeps, they
10
tried to do a
seconds
desperation fight with DotaHero trying to get the
5
axe,
seconds.
trying to
Dire
initiate with the
team
Bat
back.
Rider. It didn't work out for them. They tried to kill Kunkka, but Kunkka was unkillable. He had too much health, too much tankiness, had the bow helping him out during the fights. And they had the BKBs to cancel out the Warlock Fatal Bonds, so Warlock ended up not working out too well for them. They planned to go for the mid-game win with Warlock, and it was a good idea,
10
but
seconds
it wasn't
remaining.
executed
Pick.
quite up to the task. And
Dire
now,
team pick.
after the ban phase, classic bans again. At least this time they banned out Io. Last time Alpha Red forgot to ban out Io, but this time, since they have first pick, they didn't ban out Night Stalker. Which is interesting. Why didn't they pick Night Stalker? I mean, why didn't they pick Io themselves? They could have left both on bans, taken
10
Io.
seconds remaining.
I mean, surely DotaHero would have banned something. Maybe they just don't
5
have an Io
seconds
player in their
remaining.
team, which could be the case. I'd argue that Io is difficult to play, but not the most difficult support hero, so it should be fine for pretty much everyone.
Dire team pick.
And Bane coming out from DotaHero. We saw Bane. Yes, last game was hilarious. How Bane was trading himself with Dragon Knight over and over, and it was a very sad fate for Dragon Knight that game. I think like 3 or 4 times they had like these mini team fights in the mid lane where they initiated on Dragon
10
Knight. They got the
seconds
Dragon Knight.
remaining.
Then the DotaHero team got Bane. They
5
tried to get
seconds
others, but
remaining.
they always got away on low health. It was like a Bane for Dragon Knight trade happening all over again, like multiple
Radiant
times.
team pick.
And that definitely contributed to their loss, I imagine. They could have protected their Dragon Knight way more, like had earlier rotations. Hope this game they change up their strategy a little bit. I imagine they will do that with Bane. They also have Beastmaster coming out, very, very strong offlane hero. I wonder who they're going to pair him up with though. Is it going to be Bane
10
Beastmaster
seconds
together?
remaining. Radiant team ban.
Very interesting to see. And this time Alfred actually picking up Warlock. Ooh, they really want that Warlock rock drop against Bane, I guess. Also, you have the Fatal Bonds coming in to Beastmaster. Beastmaster builds Necros, like they will die extremely quickly with the Fatal Bonds. And also deal a lot of damage to him if he summons them and gets caught in the bonds. So I'm actually think Beastmaster might not go for Necros this. They're so good. You want them, especially versus a Night Stalker before Night Stalker gets out of hand.
Radiant
And
team
this game,
ban.
I think Alpha is going to maintain their aggression. They did pick Night Stalker after all. Previous game, we saw a lot of mid lane ganks coming out to Dragon Knight. Most likely going to continue with the Night Stalker. So if I were on DotaHero side, I'd pick a mid lane that is
Dire
extremely
team
hard
ban.
to gank in this situation. Well,
10
seems like
seconds remaining.
Doc getting banned out this time from DotaHero side. They do not want to deal
5
with that
seconds
again.
remaining.
It's actually funny. I can't really blame them after that last game domination. I wonder who they're going to ban though. Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer, yes, is good against Warlocks somewhat, because you can mitigate Fatal Bonds pretty nicely with the illusions. Makes it really hard. Wait a minute, I'm thinking of this the other way around. DotaHero banned it. He's a strong carry here right now for fighting, and I guess he could synergize well with Night Stalker. The problem with Phantom Lancer is, the enemy has constant vision over you. They know where you're using your doppelganger to. They know where you're going. It's gonna be hard to escape. But if you have Night Stalker backing you up, it'll be really hard to catch up to you. Like 650 vision, boys. Woo! But now DotaHero picking up Luna, which is a very nice teamfight counter to Night Stalker. Just pop Eclipse and
10 seconds remaining.
suddenly you can see. You're not blind anymore.
5 seconds.
There's also a very strong teamfight hero, especially in this current mid-game meta where Luna is an absolute mid-game beast. You've got them thick glaives being thrown out to the enemy team, bouncing around, taking down heroes, taking down supports, taking down creeps, taking down everything. Then you have the Eclipse damage coming out. It's like one of the best nukes in the game. Especially if you can land all the beams on heroes. It can heavily tilt the teamfight in your favor. And I guess Lucent Beam also provides some degree of control for Luna. It's a low cooldown mini stun nuke. It's very nice and has quite a long cast range as well. And its point and click's always useful. We'll have to be really careful about them early ganks from Night Stalker though, because Luna is so squishy early on. Maybe they'll get some kind of rejuvenating support on their side. I don't think they can afford Omni Knights, because usually you'd want to put Omni Knight in the off lane so he can get some farms, some levels. But they already got Beastmaster for that. Now, Morphling being picked up by Alpha Red, which is a very dangerous gamble, actually, because you have Beastmaster in enemy team, and if you get Beastmaster blink stunned before you have Lincolns, you can be shut down so hard because you can't morph during stuns anymore. And obviously Beastmaster's stun is more than enough with Bane to follow off with Brain Sap and Luna with Lucent Beam or whatever who's ganking Morphling. Beastmaster himself has a lot of damage, though I guess his axes deal physical damage, and even if Morphling has morphed agility and is quite vulnerable, his armor from all of the agility will at least help mitigate a lot of it. I'm thinking Elder Titan here. Wouldn't Elder Titan be superb?
Chen.
Oh my god, they actually pick up Chen. As much as I love Chen, I'm wondering what the hell they're doing right now on DotaHero's side. They had such a wonderful draft going, but suddenly it's so risky. I guess they don't want to let Morphling farm. They're going for the early push. They're going for early aggression. I would have advocated the Elder Titan, but I guess it's simply not aggressive enough. Chen is way more active, especially if you send like a Wild Wing Ripper sending out a Storm into the Morphling. Morphling's gonna have a bad time. Really bad time. Why not Storm Spirit? I don't know why I just thought of Storm Spirit. Wouldn't it be great against Beastmaster? And Beastmaster pulls out his war, you just fly in with Storm Spirit, you can't be caught by anyone or anything. You can ignore Eclipse, that's one of the benefits of being a Storm Spirit. And you have the vision advantage as well with Night Stalker, because the enemy can't see anything, you can see everything, and yeah, you just zip-zap around just out of the line of sight of the enemy, and you have no problem finishing them off. It could be a little bit greedy though. It's going to be a Warlock support with a roaming Night Stalker support, Morphling safe lane, Brewmaster off lane? Or could also be Brewmaster mid lane here. I predict it's going to be a Brewmaster off lane, but you never know. It depends on who the other
5 seconds
mid laner is
remaining.
going to be.
Radiant team banned.
Puck gets banned out by DotaHero. If I were Alpha, I'd ban on maybe Queen of Pain. I think Queen of Pain would be a very strong threat to them, especially when she gets Orchid against Morphling. Like has a lot of mobility, gets the Orchid, you can start killing Brewmaster with the Orchid. You have a very strong AoE nuke, 2 nukes. You have both the Scream of Pain and the Sonic Wave. Very useful. Though I guess it is weak against Night Stalker ganks. Like if Night Stalker gets in your distance with his ults and pops the silence on you, it's almost impossible for Queen of Pain to escape. So there is always that weakness. Then again, they could also ban out Dragon Knights. Like one of these teams is gonna pick Dragon Knight, but which one, I don't know. Could be a last second ban, but there's 2 seconds left, and they pan out Templar Assassin. Like what?
Dire team
TA?
Admiral
Is
Conker.
that a random desperation ban or respect ban? I can't even guess. Kunkka, again Kunkka. They did extremely well with Kunkka last game, so I expect good results this time as well. So with Chen being on the team alongside Bane, DotaHero, hopefully this time they're gonna try to shut him down. And I'm still predicting Dragon Knight, like who else is it gonna be, right? They do have a little bit of reserve time remaining. On DotaHero, pick something interesting. I'd still advocate Storm Spirit, but this time on DotaHero's side. If you get silenced, it's over. It is over. But if you can zip-zap around with your Orchid well enough, you can make the enemy's life hell miserable. But I guess his laning isn't also the strongest versus Kunkka. Kunkka is Tidebringer, and his high health pool is good against Storm in the early game. They could also go for OD, I guess. You can somewhat cancel out the Kunkka's X marks the spot. And there we have it. We have actually Ember Spirit coming out on DotaHero's side. Ember Spirit, peace and tranquility in the house. Very interesting. Ember Spirit is very strong versus Kunkka's X marks the spot. So once he gets level 6, he'll be almost impossible to gank unless they get like a very, very well-timed Night Stalker silence off on him. But it's impossible to do if Ember Spirit has any kind of vision over the Night Stalker. If he gets X marks the spot, you need cast time on Night Stalker. You have a cast animation, so it's really hard to land the silence. On the other hand, though, it's like you have the instant cast on Ember Spirit, which is so fast. You can actually use, you can shift Q and use yourself out of Static Storm. That's how insane the cast point on Ember Spirit's Fire Remnant is. It's literally instant. Kind of sad not to see Naga or Disruptor in either of these games, though. I was kind of expecting it. Oh well, game 2 gonna be underway in a second now. Dota Red versus DotaHero versus Alpha Reds, and hopefully DotaHero's aggression and their aggressive lineup pays off well for them. It would be kind of sad to see a repeat of the last game with Kunkka. And someone already needs to go potty.
I'll be creeping while you are sleeping.
Oh my god. And here comes the chat wheel spam. No, no. I already saw that, enough of that in Birmingham. Even I remember Virtus Pro even giving an interview. But no, we're not going to stop using it. It's implemented in the game, meant by the developer. We like using it. While I agree with that, I can't imagine Valve will keep that in for international. Like, keep it in, it makes things better, but maybe add some sort of higher cooldown to it. 'Cause right now it's really ridiculous. And we are on our way.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой! Бежать! Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой! Бежать!
Also, if anyone's wondering about the ethnicities of these teams, DotaHero is a Malaysian team and Alfred is a Thailand team. So it's an SCA matchup. SCA Dota, boys, Division 2.1. Both teams seem to be playing quite well, though. I'd expect a lot more early aggression this game. Especially from DotaHero, as I mentioned earlier. Last game, they didn't really do much with it, and cost them the early game, and they never recovered. They tried. They got a mid lane Rax, but still, they were just too far ahead on Alphared's side at that point. They somehow managed to take a mid lane Rax versus a 17k net worth leads. They very quickly corrected that small accident. Hopefully this time Chen can make the accidents happen for the enemy team. All he needs is a little bit of luck with the creep spawns early on, and he's good to go. That's the thing about Chen, like he's an RNG hero in the weirdest sense. You're dependent on the monsters you get in your spawns. Not to a full extent, but to some extent. Like, you really want that Wildwing Ripper to harass the enemy with the Cyclone. He's looking, he's searching. I guess he's also trying to spot out the wards of an enemy team. He is playing a dangerous game, though. Night Stalker and Warlock are both nearby. They're going to be rotating, so it's going to be a Panda Night Stalker bottom with Morphling Warlock top. Morphling's gonna have a splendid lane, I guess, because you have the Warlock to resuscitate yourself. A lot of health regen, like Shadow Word has been buffed over and over. Like, I can't count the amount of times Shadow Word has been buffed, like since Dota 1 times. It used to be ridiculously weak compared to now. It used to have less duration and damage and range, I think. So yeah, there's all that. Now you just pop in one Shadow Word and suddenly your teammate can't die, even if he's being attacked by 3 people at once. I also like comparing it to Purification. I love if you have both Warlock and Omni Knight in the same team. You have 2 very strong heals, and both have potential to damage the enemy as well. For Warlock you have to choose, but with Omni Knight you have to position, and now Warlock is in trouble. Luna and Basic right nearby, and they are gonna get first blood here. DotaHero off to a much better start. In the previous game they gave out first blood, so they're already doing significantly better, and now Dogbrain taking some heavy damage from Basic here on Bane. Mid lane, Zeal is doing pretty nicely versus Kunkka. He's gonna have a very lovely time with Flame Guard, especially because it's so hard for Kunkka to take Flame Guard down. He can simply max it, deal massive amounts of damage. It also gives him some ganking, anti-ganking potential.
You get nothing.
Even pre-level 6, you just pop your Flame Guard, you mitigate a lot of magic damage, you put the enemy support at risk who's trying to body block you or whatever. So They pop a Searing Chains mid. He's already harassing Kunkka pretty hard. And Chen now coming on with the creeps. He's got a Seitar ready, throws out the Shockwave. And seems like Fearless is gonna go down here. And DotaHero not pulling any punches here. 2 kills already. And they're out for bloods. They want revenge for that last matchup. That's quite a bit of gold as well. They're gonna build a slow lead. They do not want to get Morphling, let Morphling get any leads. What's surprising to me though, Fearless is ahead in XP. He puts down the Torrent, he does hit Ember Spirit though, but it's not enough to take down his Flame Guard. They do pop the Seitar, X marks the spot, is dropped down the Slayer. Zeal is gonna be TP'd back to the tower and gonna actually be in danger of dying to the Night Stalker here, but Night Stalker is fairly slow, he doesn't have boots yet, so he ends up not being able to kill anyone. Meanwhile, top lane, Basic gets a kill on Dogbrain. What happened there? I guess Dogbrain had too low of a health pool, too much agility converted to himself. You gotta be really wary of that Brain Stab. It's pure damage after all, and if you have all pure agility on Morphling, a level 4 Brain Stab will literally eat half your health.
Not while I'm around.
Well, seems like Beastmaster's also doing pretty good for himself. He's got some he's got last hits versus Panda, he's got XP. Right now he's got a slight health advantage as well. So Brewmaster does have the salve, so he can freely trade with Blessed. Gonna quickly resuscitate himself. Meanwhile, Ember in the mid lane already has Bottle. Kunkka almost has it, needs to get it to himself. This is another chance to gank Kunkka. They do have level 1 Searing Chains. Instead of... I imagined he would go for level 2 chains instead of the Sleight of Fists, but apparently not. Meanwhile, top lane, a counter gank finally coming out from Night Stalker. It is nighttime, so you have to be wary. He makes very good use of it already. They take down Bane, but as last game, that's to be expected. Bane is like the feed monster. He feeds and he feeds. He feeds himself and he feeds the enemy team. And Chen already a third gank onto Fearless in the mid lane. He is not having a happy time. Like earlier on, the position was reversed. And Zeal was getting ganked left and right in the mid lane. And now Monster taking some heavy hits. Boombell gonna get the kill with the Shadow Word there. And Bane sadly unable to protect Luna. Yeah, the situation is completely reversed here. Zeal having an extremely good start, almost building into his Aquila already with boots. And Fearless actually opted not to go for the bottle yet, went for Boots Bracer. I guess he can't afford to have low health right now. He's already died 3 times after all. The thing with Kunkka though is, you can always farm back up. You have your Tidebringer, you have your Torrent, you have very good farming capability with him. And you have X marks the spot as well for positioning. Now, Sleep going on to Night Stalker. But they're not going to initiate, it's too dangerous. They expect TPs coming in. Same thing with Chen. Chen actually helps force out 3 TPs coming out from Alpha, so a lot of resources spent for naught here. I guess they kept kills from happening, but they have to do so much rotation. They're gonna miss out on XP, gold. Meanwhile, Luna just like keeps free farming. So Panda is arguably doing better. Somehow Kunkka has passed Ember Spirit in last hits. I'm not sure how that happened with 3 deaths, but it has. And bot lane, even through the heal, like Blessed just doesn't care. He's harassing Dogbrain so hard. But he'll just pop another Shadow Words. And that's the thing with Shadow Word, it synergizes so well with Morphling due to the agility. You can have low health and high armor and not take much damage from Beastmaster. That now the Searing Chains onto Lionax. They keep on chasing him. He is fast, he's got boots, it is nighttime, but can he escape here? And Never Spirit with the spirits bursts him down. Meanwhile, Panda does manage to get a kill on Luna, putting his first ultimate to very good use there, taking down the enemy carry. And he's also popping a Mango. If he gets a few lucky crits on Basic, he might take him down. Basic does have Brain Sap though, is forced to back down. And Luna sadly doesn't have ult yet. If Luna gets the ult, he can easily pop down Brewmaster, because Brewmaster doesn't have Primal Split anymore. Lion Axe gets slowed by Boom Bell. My bad, gets slowed by Chen himself. His creeps are gonna be food though. They plan to get Chen himself. The torrent does land, the boat will follow up. It misses though, it barely misses Allison. They have to X mark him and he goes down in the very end, but that's a lot of time and resources spent for him. If they get his creeps though, which they most likely will, it's definitely going to be worth it. Meanwhile, top lane, Bane is ready to gank Zolotic here. They do have Eclipse ready on Luna as well. They are ready to pop it. He's going to dive into the forest, but he's too far in. And he's got infused raindrops as well, so he's a bit too hot to burst down right now. They're gonna decide against it. Meanwhile, mid lane, Kunkka is here with X marks the spot. Gets chained by the Ember. Ember's simply gonna walk off. That's enough. Dealt some damage to the top lane. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit still doesn't have Primal Split. Gets actually roared and eclipsed. So 2 big ults thrown out to him, but he does go down in the end, and the tier 1 tower is down as well. So DotaHero are pushing their advantage, and they're most likely gonna go for tier 1 next as well. They should keep at it. Like right now they have, even though Chen died one time, he's doing incredibly well early on. He's got Medallion already. They've got much better team fight right now when Luna's and Beastmaster's ults are back up. And Bane is halfway to level 6. Once Bane gets that Fiend's Grip, that's Brewmaster is gonna be in some heavy trouble.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Radiant's courier killed no items. How did they snipe that? What? Oh well. RIP. Now they
Never refuse go.
do not find out Zeal, but their smoke was popped, so they instantly back out here. And Ember Spirit gonna try to kill a Boom. Gets Boom Bell very quickly. Because the Chen creep deals so much damage. He has the stone, he has the Mod Golem as well with the stun, which is hilarious. I think the Centaur Stomp wasn't even used. Now the Roar going on to Dogbrain as well, and Dogbrain gets taken down. No chance at survival. So that's a very important kill pickup for them. If we check the net worths, Morphling is 1k down from Ember Spirit right now, and Luna as well. So Luna actually, yeah, Luna's gonna build Mask of Madness before he finishes boots. I guess she's, her movement speed has gotten such huge buffs. She doesn't even need boots to be faster than most of the enemy team. And gets the mask, pops it, they're gonna take down the tier 1 tower, but now Panda, counter-initiating, Torrent flies out, catches out the Beastmaster, Blessed in trouble now, and Chen simply sends him back to base. No penalty, and they take the tier 1 tower. They get the gold, no deny, coming out from Alpha as well. They are gonna get the Bane for it, most likely. I would be surprised if he got away here, but I don't think so. He has 4 seconds ready. He has wands in a couple seconds as well. And Chen coming in with the Hand of God. And Warlock must regret not dropping the Golem right now. Like, it's a good idea to save it for team fights, but in that case, I think they should have just taken Bane down. Because that would give them a lot of breathing space. They know Bane is level 6. They know he has Fiend's Grip. So it's really dangerous to let him go there. Yeah, very nice save from Allison here. Allison MVP right now for his team. Gave Zeal such a huge starting boost. Feels very happy about it, I imagine. Dogbrain, bot lane. They get Monster. But what was Monster doing so far out of his comfort zone, out of his safety zone now? Boat with X marks the spot goes on to Blessed, Shadow Word as well. They are gonna try to finish him off. Solotic comes down on the Panda. They do take him. And is there gonna be counter initiation? No, Allison tries to back off, gets rocked instantly by Warlock, and they don't even X-marks him, they simply clap him and slap him. He goes down to the crits. Now Zeal gonna try to remnant himself away, he's really low on health. Very nice Fiend Script coming out from Bane there, cancelling out Kunkka. Very nice Eclipse from the Luna. They do get Kunkka as well. Panda goes down, Monster is still alive, the Golem is dead. Actually, he's just slept. He's just taking a nap, never mind. And they take back what they lost. Luna TP's in at the last moments and equalizes. This is what I was talking about, that insane Eclipse fighting power. It's not even level 2 yet. You'll get 3 beams, and with a level 3 Lucent Beam, it's 900 damage each time you level the ultimate. And it's one of the best scaling ultimates in the game, as long as you do not hit creeps. But luckily they've got Chen on their side. Like, we've seen that happen in so many games where you have a Chen coming in, you pop your ulti, and then your Eclipse hits a Satar 4 times in a row, and that's like super feels bad, man. The only way that can happen right now is if they land on pandas, split pandas. His mini pandas, his mini spirits. But whatever they are, Ember Spirit's little cousins that he likes to beat up now and then, I guess. That's what he's been doing this game.
Illusion.
Luna's doing her job correctly. 88 last hits, but so is Morphling. Morphling's farming pretty well. Gets roared now by Blessed. Is already Morphing strength though. Super tanky at 2.2k. Night Stalker comes in with the counter gang. He does have Void, he does have Silence. They're gonna chase down Zeal, but Zeal is also pretty tanky due to levels alone. He's gonna have to swap to Strength Prez, I imagine. He has Wand available, gets sent back by the Chen. But now Chen gonna be sacrificed in his stead. I think he could have gotten away anyway. He had his Fire Remnant up. So they would have only lost one support from that if he... Maybe he lost no one if they had simply sent the Bane back. I don't know.
Never refuse good given.
Props to Chen though, he's not taking any risks. They can't afford to lose Ember Spirit. Because he's so farmed, he gives a lot of gold and a lot of XP. And they want to maintain their leads. 4k in. It's not that much for 15 minutes, but it is a significant amount. And they also have the tower lead, which is not to be underestimated. They have 3 towers, 3 T1 towers all standing proudly, and have they even taken any damage? The T1 tower has taken some damage, bottom one hasn't. So the map control goes from this split to sort of like this weirdish curve. I guess the shrines mitigated somewhat, but still very good standing right now for DotaHero. They do manage to lose the Beastmaster to Brewmaster somehow. I guess he got a bit cocky there, possibly got ganked. And Panda is gonna be getting a blink now. Finally, 16 minutes in. Not the best of timing, but he does have Lads as well. So he has Lads and blink. Alison is building a spirit vessel. Oh, that's gonna be some sweet, sweet heals coming out from him. Meanwhile, top lane boats again onto Blessed. Are they be able to finish him off yet another time? And he doesn't have his Shadow Blade yet. Stun coming out right after X marks the spot there. They're gonna take the tier 1 tower as well. Easy pickup. Alpha Reds wants to get back into the game here. And now Zeal gonna try to burst down Dogbane a little bit. He has used his Remnants, it's on cooldown, and he's in danger, but gets sent back by the Chen once more. Seems like Bane might be sacrificed here. He does use the Brain Sap. He still has Fiend's Grip available. They can kill Lion Axe here. Now Ember Spirit still has cooldown. Gets slept by the Bane. Will it be a save? No, it won't. Dogbrain gets a killing spree. And Ember Spirit getting slightly too aggressive there. You need some spirits to get out, mate. Like, I was expecting him to at least wait for Remnants to come back up, but no, he goes in with a 10-second cooldown.
is under attack.
I get the Flame Guard makes him tankier, but that is severely overestimating your effective health pool. Especially against a Morphling, who can like deal 170 damage per hit if he morphs full agility. Like, you're not obviously going to be full agility for the entire fight, but at the start, when you can find that opportunity to be, not only is his damage insane, his attack speed is pretty insane. And it's only going to get better from here on in. He's not too far from Lincoln's now. He's gonna get his ultimate orb soon, which will only leave him with the recipe. As I grab a drink, I've noticed that Luna did not go for upgraded boots. I guess she's probably going for boots of travel. I support that idea. A lot of map control through TPs, and she's gonna turn into a giant race car. Really farmed race car. Now, they get the Fiend Script on the Night Stalker, which is important. They do not want those silences coming out. They're gonna get the Warlock as well. Very nice catch there by DotaHero. That ward doesn't really help much right now.
Behold, a subtle burn.
Like, I get why it's here, but I think over here somewhere would make a lot more sense. Something that would allow them to, you know, not die near the tier 1 position. This is gonna be a super fast Roche here. They have Medallion, they have Beastmaster with the Aura, they have Luna, who's got like so much damage. She's a way more DPS. And now Panda tried to come in and steal the Aegis there, but wasn't quite successful. Going on to Allison now. Nightmare coming out from the Bane. Boats. Does it land? It does land on Luna, and Luna taking so much damage goes down. But Zeal has the Aegis, so Luna is out of this fight now. They're probably gonna get the Allison's ult. Torrent, land that out by Kunkka. He actually put the Torrent beforehand. Luckily he got the X marks in as well, so it's gonna be a free man pickup on Alphared's side. That's a heavy price to pay for Roshan. And I'm surprised they didn't give the Aegis to Luna. Like, why would you put it on Ember? If Ember's just a little bit more careful in the fights, he can survive easily with his Fire Remnant. So I'm not completely sure about that one.
Gold remains.
My waters rise.
Now they're going on to Dogbrain here. But they have no mana. 2 seconds for Soul Ring. They have a wand. Use your wand. Use your Soul Ring. Just pop Dogbrain down. Maybe they're waiting for agility. Maybe they're waiting for spells to come back up. They're waiting for him to use Waveform. Very nice prediction there by Blessed. But do they have enough time there? They don't pop the roar. They're saving it for bad times here. Fire Remnant blowing out from Zeal. He gets what? He gets sent back to base. I guess he has the Fire Remnant available. He's regenning, coming back into the fight. Beautiful Golem dropped down by the Warlock. Cancels out whatever Bane was doing there. It's Fiend Script. He got most of it in though, but Kunkka didn't go down. Now Eclipse coming out from the Luna. Kunkka is dead. They get the Beastmaster. Morphling is chasing down Zeal. Zeal now with the counter initiation. Morphling has nothing left to convert. And it's a 2-for-2 trade so far. They are gonna get Lion Axe as well though. Unless he gets like a sneaky TP off. Goes into the woods. He doesn't have Portal Scrolls. They are still searching for him. They just ditch him. They want Solotic instead, but Ember Spirit doesn't have the Sleight of Fist off cooldown. And Night Stalker actually managed to pick up solo kill on Basic. What happened there? I guess Basic was looking for Night Stalker and got punished instead. Without Fiend's Grip, you don't really have much to offer versus that hero. Boom, Baldo. He has Fatal Bonds. Waiting slowly with Shadow Word. Panda is TPing in. You have to remember, Panda has he has ult available. He can pop it right now. So he tries to clap Zeal, takes down most of his Flame Guard, and Zeal's just simply gonna back off. They get the tier 2 tower, and I guess that's enough for them. They're happy enough. They've still got a 2k gold lead, but Alphared is slowly closing it. Which is surprising because Luna's got 200 last hits already, 22 minutes in. which is very good in the current meta. Like, she's doing very well. And a roar coming out from Blessed, very much needed onto Kunkka, followed up by Fiend's Grip as well. They're throwing everything they have at him, but he gets on the arm and he gets on the bow. Blessed gets bowed, stunned. Torrent not needed. And Morphling, as he converts to Luna, deals so much more damage. And now going on to Allison with the Adaptive Strike, following up with the Luna adaptation. Doesn't catch Allison. Allison gets out at the very end, but he's standing still. What happened there? Allison just stood still and died. Like, maybe it's a connection problem. Now, Zeal does have double damage, but he's 1v4. He doesn't have the spirits. He's gonna lose Aegis and most likely gonna die another time as well. Lincoln's popped out. Bane gets to sleep on Dogbrain. Very nice cancel coming out there from Warlock and Panda. How is Alpha Red winning these fights? Morphling. The Morphling switching back and forth during Morph is pretty insane. Like, he actually deals more damage as Luna, and you give your... I guess you give your Warlock a slight damage buff as well, because you get the Aura passive. It's still pretty funny to watch though. Now, Basic gets in the Nightmare. Boom Bell, oh, Boom Bell. Poor guy. Luna doesn't hesitate. Instantly takes the opportunity to kill him. Just building Manta Style. I wonder if she's finally going for the Boots of Travel right after, or maybe go for another damage item. Raw damage is never bad. She does have BKB to keep herself alive. He has Manta Style to get in the illusions, heal somewhat. The illusions also help against Fatal Bonds, because while you can already purge Fatal Bonds with Black King Bar, that's not really much of a problem. You can use the Manta illusions to prevent your team from getting them, and that's gonna be a pretty big deal. Then again, you already have Chen creeps as well. That's also a lot of mitigation against Fatal Bonds. And eventually I think Warlock is simply gonna fall off. Once the entire enemy team gets BKBs, he's gonna be so useless. Because Upheaval won't do anything, Fatal Bonds won't do anything, you can only Shadow Word your teammate and drop a Chaotic Offering. Now Roar going on to Dogbrain here in the top lane. He is morphing strength though. Beautiful Chaotic Offering coming out from Boom Bell. They instantly pop down Bane. Now they're chasing down Allison with X marks the spot. Luna pops the BKB, pops the Eclipse. They're doing a lot of damage. Lion Axe dropping low. Fearless, same deal. Both not supporting him. And Luna takes down both of them. And it's a triple kill for DotaHero's side. Now Lion Axe tries to fly away, get the safety. Solotic has BKB still on him, but he doesn't have a TP. So it's gonna be a 4-kill trade here. DotaHero coming out on top, only losing both of their supports in the process. Very nice trade for them. And this is what they needed. They can possibly push tier 3.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
If they sense that they don't have buybacks on Alpha Red's side, which I hope they test for very aggressively, means they can take the melee racks. And they can't stop them with 3 heroes. There's just no way. This might actually be the mid-racks. I hope this is not a repeat of the first game where they take the mid-racks and then do nothing with that. And I don't think it will be, because their heroes are just so much more aggressive this game. With the Beastmaster, with the Ember Spirit, everyone flying around left and right, throwing out chains, throwing out Beastmaster roars. It's pretty insane. And now Luna going straight for Butterfly. He's actually skipping the boot upgrade. Brown Boots Luna, guys. End of game, Brown Boots Luna. I'm calling it right now. I don't think he's ever gonna finish the upgrade. Might just sell the boots outright and go for Butterfly instead. And keep the magic wand for extra tankiness. Because, you know, boots doesn't give you damage, right? So what's the use? Kappa. I sort of get reminded of the Dota 1 days, where you go into a pub, even Dota 2 as well, you go into a pub game and you see half of your team buying brown boots and no one with a tango. Just You just throw a deep face palm. Not like this.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
Well, Night Stalker does have a pipe. It's gonna be that's gonna be incredible help against the Eclipse. But Luna just might wait it out. She's tanky enough. She's strong enough to just wait. And if Night Stalker doesn't pop the pipe, they're gonna have a hard time against Ember Spirit. Does have. He didn't go for the Flame Guard or Absorption, I guess, so he's going for the attack build. Which I like early on, max Flame Guard, but then go for the attack build. Very nice. Way more beneficial to their team.
Double damage.
That's a lot of pings coming out to Roshan. They're like, take it, take it. Double damage Luna is gonna have a fun time with it. Are they gonna throw a boat here from Fearless? And he almost gets in the cleave with the blink. Beautiful searing chains now coming out from Zeal. When's the initiation coming? And a roar now onto Dogbrain. Dogbrain can't morph himself. The last second split panda coming out. His pandas are dying very fast though to Luna's glaives. Luna still has double damage. Coming in, doesn't have BKB anymore, but throws out the Eclipse. And Pipe is gonna block some of it. Fearless is not gonna survive it though, and they take 2 men down. Boombell standing here invisible with the Shadow Amulet. I wonder if he's going to actually get away here. And he's going to get away. Omega Lul. Omega Lul indeed. Shadow Amulet MVP item. Or MVI. Not that it'll accomplish much. He doesn't have chaotic offering, so he doesn't have anything to offer to his team. Sorry,
tower is under attack.
I'll walk myself back and forth through the door for that one.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Peace. Smile for the camera, Zeal.
Under attack.
Pretty well this game. Compared to the last game where he had like 1 kill and 9 deaths. The situation's almost reversed if we look at the stats. And the net worth as well, he's up 3k from Morphling. And Luna is just, oh, disgustingly fed and farmed and whatever. Like Luna, almost 20k already, 30 minutes in now. Has the butterfly available. And yeah, that's, boots are down. It's like, who needs boots? I have Aegis. He did sell 1 though, so he is gonna upgrade boots next, I imagine. Now, I love how Ember simply keeps harassing the enemy team with searing chains. You also have the chance of throwing out Maelstrom procs, which is more than likely even if you hit like only 3 targets. Luna gets E-bladed by Dogbrain and dropping down very low health, gets bloated as well. There goes his Aegis, but he still has Manta, still has Butterfly. Manta is on cooldown, I guess. Yes, Cheese! They gave him Cheese off Zeal, and they're gonna simply BKB push the Strax. They are still not pulling any punches. They're like, they don't care. They pop out the roar now onto Dog, and Dogbrain goes down very quickly. He can't more strength. He's gonna regret being such a glass cannon, and he doesn't have buyback. Wait, what? He doesn't have buyback? He went full glass cannon mode on Morphling without any form of
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
without any form of survivability, without any way to buy it back. That's probably costing them the game right now. Those few Morphling deaths where he got caught by the Blessed Roar. Like, what's surprising to me was early on that didn't happen. Morphling could always get himself to more strength before the roar. But this time around, he's been caught 3 times in a row. His pants down, and been pretty much annihilated by the enemy team. And not having that buyback means they've got 2 lanes of racks down. They did take like 4 kills in return. They got a lot of gold from it, like 4,000 gold, which is pretty insane. But I don't think that's going to bring them back to the game. They're gonna have to pull some kind of miracle out of their butts. I think they're going to actually bring, not like pull out a miracle. They're actually gonna need miracle to win this game. on Fearless. Because this is a very tough situation for them, and all of them on DotaHero have buybacks. That's very nice to see. Except for Chen, I guess, who bought back. He's on cooldown. He already spent his get out of jail card.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He does have the Hood of Defiance though. I guess it's to not get shotgunned down by the Morphling. Oh, they're gonna chase down the Kunkka. Can they get it? No, they decide to back off. Risky maneuvers here from Kunkka. I guess he's spending time, spending resources, getting some, creating some space for his team to farm a little bit. They need everything they can get right now, so they need to take risks. They're well aware of it, but I think it's going to be a repeat of the last game where they try to take a big team fight, but Luna is just simply way too farmed. And is gonna annihilate in the fight. If they do manage to catch her with stuns and get the boat in before she gets the BKB off, and I think they could turn around the game. Then again, you have to remember she has buyback, and that's a that's a 30-minute power treads. I thought she would be going for travels, but I guess the travels would have been so expensive she wouldn't have buyback. He's gonna get it fairly. I like that they're not taking too many risks, but yeah, 30-minute power treads. Very OP.
Radiant are scanning.
And Zeal with the chains gets the double chains on Night Stalker and Fearless. This allows them for initiation. Seems like Panda not having a fun time. Didn't get his ult in, buys back into the game. Now Zeal backing off after dealing a lot of damage to the Warlock. And Solati coming in with the clap. Misses the clap on Luna. Her BKB is down though. Panda's coming out, get the stun in on Luna. Chen tries to keep her alive. Sleep even coming out, but Luna eventually goes down. The buyback completely worth it here. And the Tornado also going out onto Bane. They're gonna get a double kill and they're gonna defend their racks. So very beautiful defense on Alpha Red's side here. And it seems like DotaHero is simply forced to control the map at this point. It's too early to push, they need an even bigger lead. And while I admire their aggressiveness, I think they need to tone it down a teeny tiny bit, or a little bit. Just for like 7 minutes. Like get the GG items, get 6 slotted on Luna, so she doesn't die as quickly. Like maybe get the Satanic instead of Mask of Madness, or what else is a good, really tanky item? Maybe Eye of Scotty or Lincoln's. Lincoln's is also really great. Like I think Lincoln's would actually be the best one. Just get Lincoln's on Luna so she doesn't die as quick, get some more health, gets the spell block, and then fights will be much easier after that. Now, Roar yet another time onto Dogbrain here. Dogbrain simply not playing carefully enough. At least this time he has buyback. He's got that going for him at least, so yeah, he's pretty poor at this point. Comparative to Luna. Obviously he's still number 3 net worth. He's doing fine. But compared to Luna, he's got what, Lincoln's, E-Blades. He's got his core items. But he very desperately needs a BKB or something. Maybe even Eon Disc. But I hope they don't fall into that trap. Like if you build Eon Disc or Morphling, it'll protect you from Beastmaster.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But will that be enough? You lose a lot of gold on an item that gives you no damage. And now Fiend's Grip onto Brewmaster. They are gonna kill him off before he even gets his pandas. They know he doesn't have buyback. Can he get the Primal Split? No, he goes down at the very end. He gets cancelled multiple times out of Primal Split. Now they're chasing down Fearless. Fearless BKB almost over. Zeal ready with the chains. They get him. Fearless is down. That means mega creeps here for DotaHero. Buyback is not available for Panda or Kunkka. They get Night Stalkers all, and this is gonna be GG. It is indeed a disaster. It is the catastrophe. there is no saving this, and yeah,
Is under attack.
DotaHero most likely, even with the 4-man chaotic offering, fatal bonds, double chaotic offering with the talent, dog brain coming in with the Luna transformation, gonna
Are fortified.
possibly kill off both monster and basic, but he can't even decide who to go for here. He gets one, can he get the two? But he probably can. He finishes off basic with the E-Blade, but will it be enough here? Monster buys back into the game. Wait, that's a buyback. That is a risky maneuver. Will the glaze be enough to finish this game? There's no glaze. A couple more attacks, but 20 health remaining on the throne. It doesn't go down. More buybacks coming out. They're defending now with 3 golems on their side. The chaotic offering talent is doing work, and now Zeal coming in with the auto attacks. Can he finish out the throne? 1 more, 2 more, and DotaHero takes the game. Very close call there. If Alfred had actually got back into the game there and won, that would have been amazing. Yeah, it seems like the risk paid off. Like Luna did a dieback after all. So that would have been ridiculous if they would have been able to finish out the game there. A very exciting game number 2, and this was a best of 2 matchup. I'll remind everyone. So for now, we'll be done. Congratulations to both teams. They both won 1 game each. Very nicely played. I hope you all enjoyed watching. I hope you enjoyed listening. You enjoyed the games. And I guess you can follow us. I'll leave the Twitter link for my Twitter in the chat, so if you want to see when I go live, feel free to. You can also follow this channel, and we hope to see you next time on joinDOTA or whatever it is we're casting. Have a nice evening. Thunderstyle out.